Let's talk about what I want from the WR350R. Well, ergonomically, I want it to be the same. This bike is awesome for me. I'm a very tall guy. Then also, you know, maybe a bit more low-end grunt, but I want them to keep like the same like linear power curve, easy to manage. The non-threatening power curve that this bike has is one of the reasons I like it. But yeah, I want that same linear power curve and the same maintenance intervals. I love that the valve checks on this thing are just so far from each other. You're talking 26,000 mile valve adjustments. That's just ridiculous. With how I ride this thing, it's going to be many, many years before I have to actually check the valves. Yeah, so ergonomically, honestly, realistically, what I would like from the WR350R, keep the same chassis, just like the KLX 250S did. Bore out the motor a little bit. Well, maybe go with a whole redesigned motor. I don't think boring out is going to change it that much. With 2-inch bar risers and CR high bars, I'm 6'7", and I'm almost standing up straight. That's how I can ride this thing, but obviously I like to keep my attack stance more often. Especially in sand. You can't ride sitting down in sand. Unless it's really shallow sand. But regardless, yeah. Like I was saying, sorry I got distracted. Choose a line here. Woo-hoo. Like I was saying though, if Yamaha just kept the same chassis on this bike and maybe put a whole new engine in it, or just bored this motor out and gave it a little bit more low-end torque, I think for me you'd be talking, well, I wouldn't say unicorn bike, because to me this bike is already a unicorn. Maybe I would like a little more power, but I don't ride road, so I don't need the power. And then off-road, I mean, for the type of stuff I've been riding, like, more power at my skill level is only going to get me in trouble. So, I don't know. I can't really think of anything beyond that. Maybe, okay, change it a little bit cosmetically. Maybe keep the blue Yamaha theme, but Yamaha, put some black wheels on it, please. Just go, I mean, these things already have, WRs already have DID rims, these are really decent rims, honestly. But make them black, please. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you guys, I can't really think of anything more. A lot of people hate the dash on this thing, but well, maybe a fuel gauge would be nice. I'm not too picky about it. I just make sure I fill up before I go out. And you got a low fuel light on this thing too. Thing I love about this over a lot of other brands that nobody ever talks about for some reason, there's a whole diagnostics thing built into this, which is awesome. But nobody ever talks about that. They all just talk about how much they hate the dash. It has what you need. It has speed, trip, clock too. And that's about all you need, honestly. I don't need my RPM gauge. I'm not ever, like, when I'm riding off-road, I'm never looking at the dash. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. There really isn't too many like little nagging issues on this thing either, besides the swing arm, but that's solved if you basically just keep up on your chain maintenance. So I like the brakes on it too. The brakes are a lot better than the DRZ. Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe bring out a supermoto model too, but you know, I don't understand really why they discontinued it in the first place, because the CRF300 and the KLX300, they still don't make the amount of power that this bike does. So I don't get that. Yamaha didn't even need to discontinue it. They could have just kept pushing this bike and they still would have been selling it like crazy. Because as far as actual performance goes, this still beats the CRF300L and the KLX300 hands down. It just has better suspension, a better chassis in my opinion. It's still lighter than both of them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what Yamaha was planning. Maybe they're thinking about coming out with something else, but even if that's the case, I'm still not going to be buying one for a while. I would like to have a newer one. This one's pretty well used and abused. But yeah, it is what it is. This bike's going to be with me for a long time. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. See you next time.